Hello Commerce students, once you've logged into Blackboard, I quickly want to show you how to submit your tutorial discussion forums. You're going to go to the relevant folder. So in this case, it's Chapter 3 Ethics. We're going to go to the Semester 1 Chapter 3 folder. You will always find the tutorial discussion forum submission links at the bottom of the relevant chapter folder. We are currently talking about the submission for ethics, so it's chapter 3. We're in that folder now. We're going to scroll to the bottom of that folder, all the way to the bottom. On whatever device you're using, you will notice that at the bottom there is this hyperlinked submission. There's our little post bubbles. A tutorial discussion forum is just the type of assignment on Blackboard. And so this heading is hyperlinked. We're going to click on it. But before we do, please note that you have access to the criteria that we will use for marking. I specifically want you to note that the criteria on the left-hand side, we're looking at the content and quality of your post, your professionalism and how you interact with your peers in your 2 required replies, your expression and presentation in the discipline. This is with regards to your tone, using the appropriate language, having a logical flow to your argument, and then your citation of your sources. Now, of course, this will improve hopefully over time, but we do want you to give it your best effort in every single submission. So do look at the criteria specifically for higher levels of achievement. We do want everyone to do really well in these assessments. To navigate back to how you submit, we're going to click on the hyperlink. You'll notice that the description is available both in the last slide of the chapter and in the submission link. And this is a post-first discussion, so you will have to, I'm the lecturer so I can see it, but you will have to click Create Thread in order to submit. And then you have the opportunity to write the subject. This is what students will see when they decide, are they going to read yours in order to respond to it? I suggest here that you put the name of the article, company, and scandal that you have referred to in your homework so that students can easily browse through the list and say, oh, that's interesting. I want to learn more about that. I want to read this person's submission. So use your title well. You have 2 options for submission. You have the message box. Here you can copy and paste in the work that you have, as per my suggestion, completed on a Word document that you have safely saved somewhere else. As you copy and paste it in, please note that you will have to use the keyboard shortcuts. So you'll have to use Control-V in order to paste in. And then you have your ribbon where you can edit and format. So make sure you're happy with the way it looks before you submit. The other option you have for submission is to attach your files. So you are doing one or the other. You're copying in your message or you are attaching the file, either as a Word document or a PDF. Either or is absolutely fine as long as we can see the content of your discussion. So once you have typed it in, and I'm going to do just a preview submission so you can see, we're going to click Submit. Make sure you're happy with your submission. You can't undo it. You will now be able to see the submissions of your peers. You can also see how many replies have been made to them. Notice that I've asked you to reply to a peer that has not yet received a reply. So if you see that they've already received 2 or 10 replies, scroll down and look for someone that has not yet received a reply. You will then be able to click on the drop-down item next to the title of the thread, select Open in order to read the submission, which I trust will be more profound than my sample submission here. And when you select Reply, you will be able to type something very thoughtful. In my case, of course, being constructive, you could say you have not submitted a very thoughtful piece of work here. The content has not been engaged with. But please do remember that we want this to be 2 to 3 sentences long, a thoughtful engagement. Are there things you agree with? Are there things you think that the submission have missed? And we want you to reply to at least 2 of your peers.